Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. And I do have a members-only channel with a lot of perks for members, including weekly live workshops with a different manifesting topic each week, weekly live group coaching, a lot of exclusive content, monthly challenges for a chance to win a free one-on-one coaching session with me, and a lot more. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website or to the membership channel. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, we're going to be addressing a question that I get quite often, more often by people who are just starting out or who recently started out on their manifesting journey. And that is, how do I manifest without believing in my manifestation? Or in other words, if I don't believe in my manifestation, is it possible for me to manifest it? And if so, how? So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So first of all, do you need to believe in the truth of your manifestation, in the truth of your desire? In other words, your desire being true or your desire being very possible to become true in order for it to manifest in the 3D? Of course, let's be honest here, it is very, very helpful if you already have a belief or a set of beliefs that align with your desire manifesting. So in other words, if you have a desire that you are working on manifesting in the 3D, if you already believe that it's possible to manifest, it's very, very likely perhaps to manifest, or even better that it's going to manifest, you're expecting it to manifest, you have a feeling, as we say, that it's going to manifest, then that of course helps tremendously. That of course brings it in much faster most of the time. So no one is saying that believing your manifestation to be true or your manifestation to be possible and so on is a bad thing. Of course, it's a very, very good thing. It's a very, very helpful thing. It really helps you not to have resistance towards your manifestation. And it usually, or at least very often, helps you get your manifestation faster than otherwise. So having the belief, believing it to be possible, believing it to be happening is a great thing. However, what happens if you don't believe in your manifestation? Or if you cannot believe, if you cannot bring yourself to believe in the truth of your manifestation? Are you doomed? Does it mean that your manifestation is not going to come in, it's not going to materialize, and so on? Well, I have good news for you. Because even without the belief, it is actually entirely possible to manifest your desire. And here is how. The premise of conscious manifesting is essentially the law of reversibility. What is the law of reversibility? Very briefly, if a certain event, a certain incident, or having a certain something, whatever that might be, causes you to have certain feelings in the 3D, the same law also says that appropriating those feelings that would be yours in the event where you had what you wanted, in the event where that incident, that event, that something, whatever that is, had manifested in the 3D and was true right now, those feelings alone, if appropriated and sustained, are going to bring in the event itself in the 3D. So this is what we're doing when we're consciously manifesting. We are taking advantage, if you will, of that law of reversibility. We're creating the feeling first within ourselves in order to bring in the event, or the situation, or the relationship, or the possession of something, or whatever it might be. So as this tells you, if you're able to appropriate those feelings that would be yours, if you had your manifestation already, belief is not strictly necessary. If you're able, in other words, to induce that state or states within yourself, and to feel like how you would be feeling if that was true right now in the 3D, your desire was true right now in the 3D, you are going a long, long way towards manifesting that desire. If you're able to revisit that state or that spectrum of states very, very often, very regularly, very consistently, and even better, if you're able to make those feelings dominant within yourself, even if the belief is not quite there, then you are most likely going to manifest whatever it is that you're desiring, no matter what. And the beautiful thing about that is that as you are being consistent in revisiting those aligned states, those states of the wish fulfilled, as we call them, your belief in the possibility of your desire manifesting actually also builds itself. In other words, you start feeling automatically more and more natural about having your desire. Your desire may not feel impossible anymore. You may notice that your doubts about it become less and less. Why is that? Because you are convincing your mind through your states, through those states that you're cultivating within, that yes, you're able to have your desire. Yes, your desire is possible. And so that disbelief that you might have been feeling in the beginning is becoming less and less. Now, let me also tell you another little secret. It is very, very rare for a manifestation that is kind of remote to your current reality to not cause you some disbelief on some level. I mean, we're all human. We all have an ego mind. We all have a rational mind that tells us that, no, this is not true. You are having inner conversations, you are doing affirmations, you are visualizing and imagining a certain reality, but that reality is not here right now. So there is a certain degree and a certain level of doubt in our minds, but the good news is this doesn't have to stop us from continuing our inner practice anyway and manifesting what we want anyway. Just the fact that you might be feeling some doubt doesn't mean that you cannot manifest your desire, doesn't mean that your desire is not going to manifest. And in fact, if you do what I just discussed, if you keep appropriating that state, if you keep revisiting that state of the wish fulfilled, even without full belief, things are going to start changing and turning around for you in the 3D, whether you believe it or not. And once things do start turning around in the 3D, because now you have the tangible evidence, your desire starts feeling much more possible, much more doable, much more attainable. So this is the little secret about believing in a manifestation or not. Yes, belief is super useful. If you can have the belief, if you can get yourself into a state where it starts to feel natural to you that yes, my desire is going to manifest, that is the fastest way to bring in a manifestation. At the same time, belief is not strictly necessary to manifest your desires. Belief is a nice to have, if you will, but if you're able to appropriate the states that would be yours if you had your desire, if you had your manifestation right now, you can still manifest your desires even with a very, very limited amount of belief in the actual manifestation. So ultimately, it's all a matter of discipline, it's all a matter of commitment, and it's all a matter of training yourself to look at reality differently and training yourself to adopt a different mindset than the one you're used to up until now. So bottom line, yes, you can absolutely manifest your desires without the belief. It just takes discipline, commitment, and consistent training of yourself and of your mind towards looking at reality in different ways. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.